Today I'll be talking about obesity in America. Obesity is a disease that affects more than 1/3 of the U.S. adult population, approximately 78.6 million Americans. The number of Americans with obesity has steady increased since the 1960s, a trend that has slowed down in the recent years but shows no sign of reversing. Individuals with a body mass index of 30 or higher are considered to be obese. Body mass index is the way you're able to calculate a person's health based on their conditions, their weight, and their height. As students, we should prevent ourselves from making unhealthy choices that we will later regret in the future. I myself have family members who are obese. This encouraged me to spread awareness for those who lack knowledge of obesity. In this speech, I'll inform you the 3 different causes of obesity. First, I will talk about how poverty influences unhealthy eating habits that lead to obesity. Then, I will discuss how the lack of physical activity increases your chances of being obese. And finally, how genetics play a big role in obesity. First, I will talk about how poverty influences their choices to make when deciding what food to consume. Low-income families suffer the most when it comes to health issues. Low-income families are not able to consume the food they desire due to the high prices. Cheap food such as fast food is easier for low-income families to consume because they do not cost as much as some healthy meals. According to Adam Janowski and S.E. Spector, directors of nutritional science program, states, first, the highest rates of obesity occur among population groups with the highest poverty rates and the least education. Second, there is an inverse relation between energy density and energy cost, such that energy-dense foods composed of refined grains, added sugars, or fats may represent the lowest cost option to the consumer. Now that I've talked about how low-income families get affected by most when it comes to obesity, now I'll discuss how the lack of physical activity increases your chances of becoming obese. The lack of physical activity cultivates one body to engage with the outside world. Being inactive and being a part of a low-income family increases your chances of becoming obese. Not being physically active makes the body lazy, unwilling to put in effort for anything. Being physically active not only helps you lose weight, but live a healthier lifestyle. It reduces your chances of obesity and other chronic diseases. According to Deborah Netborn, a science reporter of the Los Angeles Times, states, the most startling finding in the study is that the drop in the amount of exercise Americans do in our free time. The researchers found that from 1988 to 2010, the percentage grew dramatically from 19% to 52% in women and 11% to 43% in men. At the same time, the researchers found that the prevalence of obesity increased from 25% to 35% in women and 20% to 35% in men. I just discussed how being inactive contributes to your chances on being obesity. Finally, I will discuss how genetics is a big factor in obesity. When individuals think about obesity, they never consider genetics playing a role. Genetics can affect the way your body works and hormones that involve getting rid of fat in our body. It can affect our leptin. Leptin is a tissue that regulates the fat storage in our body. The lack of leptin does not let the body know when the body is full, which leads to obesity. According to Lee G. Thomas, a medical doctor, states, mutation in genes that code for leptin or for the receptor can cause morbid obesity early in life. As shown in rodents, leptin mutations in humans can also cause leptomenorrhea and early onset obesity. I discussed how poverty links to obesity, then how the lack of physical activity increases your chances of obtaining obesity. Finally, how genetics play a role in obesity. I hope you are able to learn more about the 3 different causes that increase obesity. Decrease your chances of obesity, the change starts within you.